Couldn't be more proud of this team and what these guys have been able to accomplish. From the onset, from the onset of the season, kind of a rough start, and found a groove in CAA play, and then kept it going strong. Through this championship playoff weekend, and this week was not easy. The CAA is not easy in general, but what these guys battled through, but stayed focused on the process of Thursday and then moving into Saturday after that win, and just whatever we had to do, whoever it took, stepping up and getting the job done. These guys just continue to show their toughness and resiliency, and it's impressive.
My question to Matt is,
Luke, can you talk about the fourth quarter, a couple of saves that you made? Obviously, the mindset must have changed after they cut it to one. What was the mindset like at the time?
Just trusting myself, trusting my instincts. I had a few saves before that, so I was feeling it a little bit, so I wasn't too worried. Just trusting my defense to get the shots that I need. So.
Ronan, what a great game for you. It was your third 5-goal game of the season. How did it feel as a rookie to come and play such a big role in such a big game for your team?
Feels pretty awesome. I worked really hard this year, and last year was pretty rough for me, so I battled back, and feels good to help my team win this chip.
Was that kind of a dream game for you? You feel you also had to step up as Mikey's double, triple?
Yeah, remember last game, Mikey was pretty sick, obviously at 8 points, but he asked me to step up, and we have each other's backs no matter what happens.
Mikey, how much pride do you take in, obviously you score a lot and get a lot of assists and all that stuff, but how much pride do you take in on run back or ground ball and stuff like that?
It's obviously, the ball is obviously the most important piece of the game, and we can't score if we don't have the ball, and we can't win if we don't have the ball, so just try and do everything to get the ball back.
You feel that was sort of a jump? I don't remember you getting this many caused turnovers last year in ground balls. Was that more about playing the attack role this year, or was that just an improvement from your game from 24 to 25?
I think it's just going out there playing at my hardest, and been lucky enough to be put in those opportunities to get the ball back.
That's we're fortunate to have the team that we have. The amount of numbers, the guys that practice hard every day, and over half the team, a lot of times doesn't get to see the field on game day, but they know their role is so important. So to have those guys believe in what they do every day is important. Making sure our team understands that and commits to it. To have those guys to be able to put out there and have confidence in them is huge. Having kind of our second or third and fourth kind of best middies, go out with injury, that can throw you for a loop. But I think it really showed again the toughness of our guys and their mentality to just, hey, we gotta step up and play.
But even at the X, Quant doesn't win that faceoff. He does.
Yeah.
Face-off.
Yeah, we were in a slippery slope at that point. And Matt was doing a decent job battling. I thought Drexel was phenomenal. Up through the middle of the field, face-off wing play, I thought they did a tremendous job just smothering and making it a contested ground ball when he wasn't able to get it out clean, and neutralize, Sam, who's been really good for us there, but being able to throw Kai out there for a little bit of a change of pace, and he had, a little success. And then, we got to a point where I felt like, just putting a fresh guy out there in Miles, who's, not taking many, but he's added a little spark to us at times. In the Stony Brook game, he was huge for us in the fourth quarter, and he gave us a couple really strong reps in that one particularly to get that.
Sean, to what do you attribute your rate of improvement over the course of the season?
The players and the staff. That the players committing to, hey, we just got to keep learning. We got to keep developing, knowing that maybe what we're doing wasn't the best for kind of who we were, personnel wise, and being willing to adjust to that and being willing to put more time in. That's something assessing ourselves when things weren't going great. It's like, our shooting wasn't great, and it's like, all right, well, we got to commit to some more time there, fundamentally shooting. Maybe we didn't do a good enough job in the fall to do that, and that's why we're not as successful early on we're playing good teams, playing good goalies, but still good opportunities that we weren't burying. So trying to get back to being more efficient shooting, being able to be more diverse personnel wise by shifting Mikey to attack and our midfield coming together without him there, and just being able to kind of settle in, everybody kind of knowing their role and being able to utilize our personnel to do what we wanted to do out there.
Sean, I'm assuming Drexel paid a lot of attention to Mikey. How timely was it then to have Ronan sort of fill that void? Is this what you expected from him as a redshirt freshman?
We expect anybody on the field, especially our offense. We talk about doing our 1/6, and everybody that's out there in the offense, when you have an opportunity, you make the play that needs to be made. Ronan, has had a strong year. He started strong, kind of a little bit of maybe lull, but again, he's a freshman, and we knew he was battling through some rookie mistakes, and people are paying more attention to him. We kind of figured coming out of our first game with Drexel and Coach Brundage, saying that they really want to contain Mikey again if we saw him again. We kind of anticipated that, and maybe we were hoping that opened up everybody else, and Ronan at times definitely opened things up, and he was able to capitalize on some nice opportunities.
How good do you feel about your zone? Feels like, and am I wrong to say that you've used it a little bit more kind of here in this tournament as you had maybe earlier in the year?
Yeah, back-to-back games, you still got to work hard in the zone, but maybe it's not as physically demanding as playing man-to-man and having to get really hands-on and driving guys and moving as much. So it's a little bit more mentally demanding. So I think it helped us being able to check in and out of it during this time of the playoffs, and with Luke having some confidence and looking good, it gives you that confidence that, hey, if we can kind of slow him down, force some stuff from the outside, contest those outside shots, we got pretty good confidence that Luke's going to be able to gobble the ball up.
Then what's your message to the team after today's game and after the season as they move forward?
Yeah, obviously, we're excited about the opportunity to keep moving forward. They've earned it. They've worked hard for it. It never comes easy, and it's never guaranteed. So to embrace it, to celebrate it, I want them to celebrate this together because they've earned it together. And as I mentioned, throughout the season, it's been a battle. And especially this past week, with the things that we've had to deal with internally as a team with stuff, and for these guys, they were exhausted coming off the field on Thursday night. You go into the locker room, they just won, music's going, but guys are just passed out. I think we talked about it in the post game. It's like even getting in there today, they were excited. They found a little bit extra juice, but again, that's what you kind of expect because they gave everything. They gave everything they had, and they just kept digging in. And I want them to remember what it takes and to know that we got more to give because we get to keep moving on.